Hello, everybody. I hope you're all having a great Saturday. So, I hope you guys got a chance to see the other episode from the other day. If not, you can find episode 4, point 1, if you want to call it that, from the other day here on YouTube and on Facebook. I do have I finally found out how to do a QR code for Buy Me a Coffee. So you can find that there if you want to buy me a coffee. It works like a tip jar. So you can do that anytime. I think it works. Of course, we have Facebook stars. I want to thank whoever it was that gave me Facebook stars over the last couple of weeks. I thought that was kind of cool. So thank you very much for that, and all of you that are on YouTube that support me. Thank you very much. And so I have a lot here today, so I'm gonna try to cover as much as possible. And in the meantime, I'm going to say hello. Michelle, how are you tonight? And hi, Judy. How are you tonight? All right. So I'll wait for a couple more. I did invite Jim. I don't know when he'll join us, probably later. Sometimes he joins us after, during, middle. Sometimes he doesn't join us at all. So we're going to do that. And we're going to dive right into this. We're in the middle of her synopsis or summary of the truth about Elvis Aaron Presley in his own words. And we were talking about, I think she was discussing chapter 4 a little bit about Jesse Elvis's and Elvis's actually health problems that led to his planning his death. Okay, so I'm going to just kind of start over here at it was June 30th, 1997, when the doctor learned Elvis was alive. He received a phone call from a friend who felt in her heart that the doctor could be trusted with this truth, and they had known each other over 10 years and had developed a friendship. Now, that was Linda Hood Sigmund and Dr. Hinton. She called him up, knew Dr. Hinton, thought he was trustworthy, and knew that he could help Jesse Elvis with whatever he needed. Now, Dr. Hinton was a medical doctor, but he was also a psychiatrist or a psychological doctor. And with Jesse Elvis dealing with his twinless twin syndrome, it helped him out a lot in that area. But I think he mostly went to Dr. Hinton for pain relief. Hi, Rhonda. How are you tonight? All right. So I'm going to continue on with this because there is so much here in this book. So I'm going to do that, and we will be jumping back onto the PowerPoints in a moment. Okay, so Elvis's chronic pain. I'm just going to put this back up here, and I'm going to remove myself. And I realized the last video that I did, the sound shut off. So I'll make sure the sound stays on so you guys can see this PowerPoint in a bigger screen. It'll be easier to see. I guess when I minimize my screen, my voice gets hidden. I don't know why. Okay, the sound was gone. Okay, so I just did that to test it out because obviously before, when I could minimize my screen and just enlarge the PowerPoint, the sound didn't go out. But I guess the sound does go out now, so I'm glad that I tested that out for you guys. Okay, so we were covering his health problems, and okay, great, good. I'm glad. All right. So now that I know, this program has been updated so it does also a phone screen, so people who watch it on the phone can watch it on the phone instead of um, on the computer or the TV. Okay, so anyway, so his chronic pain started in the early 1970s, and in August of 1977, NBC did a special report on the discovery of his medical problems. It was said that he suffered compression fractures in his spine, and he still performed 136 shows for his fans over the period of 10 months in 1974. I believe it is absolutely incredible that he put himself through such a grueling schedule. Now, according to an article on Linda Hood Sigmund's Truth, I tried looking it up on this website here, but for some reason it's not showing up under that year. So I'm thinking maybe it was moved or it was removed for some reason. Maybe it got lost. Sometimes her site goes down and she loses information. So it said that those fractures were caused by the steroid that he used to control the pain in his colon. Jesse Elvis had a colon issue, and it was caused like diarrhea and extreme constipation at times, and blockages and so on. Like they said it caused what do you call it? Colitis, stuff like that. And he would go hours and hours without going to the bathroom, and the medication caused him to swell, but it also caused him to bloat. And that's why he looked so big, is it because of the medications that he was on. They also said something about that he took this medication. I can't remember the name of it right now, but he took it too much of it at once too, because he was so afraid to have an accident on the stage wearing those white jumpsuits. It did say it in here. And we remember Elvis. She did mention that in here on the accident. So we know that he had a colon problem and he needed surgery. And I believe I'm gonna see if I have this. I don't think I have it up. No, I don't have it up yet. That Linda Hood Sigmund had mentioned that he did not want to have the image carrying around a colostomy bag. All right, so he definitely planned his death so he could get that life-saving surgery, because he did mention in the book that he would have been dead within a year if he didn't get the surgery or get that taken care of. All right. So he wrote the letter. Let's see. Sorry. Dr. Hinton in Elvis is a kind and gentle soul, always giving. And Jesse Elvis gave Dr. Hinton and Linda Hood Sigmund a lot of gifts, badges, rings, jewelry, things that would identify him as Elvis. All right. So getting to know him has been the most wonderful experience of his life. And Elvis showed his gratitude with many cards, letters, and gifts. And it made him happy to know that Elvis was well and receiving good and appropriate medical care given the circumstances. Now I can imagine helping Elvis gave him a really great feeling. I had idolized Elvis. He had idolized Elvis since he was a very young boy, and I believe he said he was 11 years of age when his father told him Elvis had died, and they cried together. And now here he was with an unbelievable opportunity of service to him. So September 8th, 1997, Elvis wrote a letter to Dr. Hinton and simply signed it, "Thank you, E," in parentheses. At this time, there was a person or company, name not mentioned, that offered a $10 million reward to anyone who could produce substantial evidence that Elvis is still alive. Can you imagine how difficult it must have been for Elvis? It seems to me hundreds of people would be looking for him to collect the reward. Privacy must have always been a premium for him. So in November of 1997, Elvis sent a picture of himself with his grandson, Benjamin, sitting on his lap on a rotting lawnmower. Benjamin was born on October 21st, 1992, and he appears to be around a year and a half old in the picture. So I'm going to jump to that right now, and we're going to discuss the picture. I have a separate video called Are They Elvis and Ben? The picture of Jesse Elvis and the little boy on his lap. Okay. So I'm going to actually go into Linda Hood Sigmund's truth right now at the moment. I forgot to share my screen, so give me a second to do that. Okay. So when he sent this picture to her, it was really actually just her picture, but this is the letter that came with that, and I will be reading the letter to you typed out on the slides. But this is the letter that he gave him. Now, what is cool about this letter is that he identifies the little boy in his handwriting in the middle of the letter in parentheses here, in like a colon, excuse me, Benjamin Storm. Born October 21st, love of my life, 2 years ago. Now, this letter was written, and the picture was taken in 1994. All right. And it was actually written and given to Linda like in 1990, I believe, 7, she said. And then it goes on and has other things. Okay. So she has some things that she wanted to point out on her website. I figured I'd show this to you guys. So there's Benjamin and Lisa Marie, a very good resemblance. Then we have some with Jesse Elvis, and Lisa Marie. She's showing you, this is a picture here. The top picture, Lisa Marie, Benjamin at 3, and the face of the little boy is the same. Okay. So I hope that you guys heard me on that. I wasn't sure because it seems that every time I share a screen or something, my mic goes out. So hopefully you guys heard everything on that. If not, I'm going to add this on anyway. So it says a quote from the Elvis tape in 1998. If you saw me now, you would not recognize me. If you looked me right in the eye, you would not recognize me. So according to Linda Hood Sigmund, she mentions on her site that Jesse Elvis admitted to calling Gail Brewer Giorgio that night, and he felt betrayed by her because she taped that phone call and sold it with her book. He said in the book as well, he said, except for a couple of busts, I participated in one in Denver and one in Miami. I did not do much police work, thus the extensive plastic surgery. Someone recognized me in Miami, and my people determined it would not be safe. So all the police work I imagined I would partake in was brought to a halt, even after the plastic surgery, which I was entirely unhappy about. So he was very unhappy about his plastic surgery. Now, in this picture, okay, is there are some things in this picture that are very interesting. So Dr. Hinton said, during a visit I had with Linda and her husband Sloan, or Tom, and Mr. C, who's not identified on Linda's site, I got to see for the first time what Elvis looked like today, after all his plastic surgeries to change his appearance. He had sent this photo to Linda, and it was a photo of himself taken with his grandson, Benjamin, sitting on his lap. And I looked at it, and my heart also felt so sad for him. All that time he had to endure just to try to find peace. Aging and plastic surgery has drastically changed his appearance. I was honored that he had given me permission to publish this photograph. All right. So on page 22, he published the photograph, but it was black and white. So I borrowed the one from Linda's site, which is colored. All right. So there is no mistaking the blue eyes. The blue eyes. And I took a picture. I took the picture of Jesse Elvis and I kind of enhanced it through one of those photo enhancers on my phone. So if we look at the smile, we look at the way the lip is, but also the eyes. There's no mistaking the eyes. Now, they said that he had plastic surgery, and at, I believe, 59 years old, he was at that time. I think he had some eye surgery, probably puffiness under the eyes, eyelids. Because he did have what they call those sleepy eyelids, and I think he had his eyelids done as well in the 70s, because his eyes do look different from like the older photos of him in his 30s. His eyes aren't so droopy. His eyelids are a little done. So you can see some differences, I mean, similarities in the eyes, especially the blue eyes. Now, of course, Pepper said, "You don't have blue eyes," but he really does have blue eyes. I think for some of the movies he was in, he had brown contacts. And also, he also wore brown contacts, I heard, on the stage because of the lights. Because light and your blue eyes really hurt your eyes. Light sensitivity. He would complain a lot, especially to Larry, when his security or his guys weren't around and he had to step down. He said, "I had so much sweat in my eyes I couldn't see." And he had glaucoma. So that makes a big difference. Okay. So now it said, look at the smile and the cheeks and the chin. Now he had some work done on the nose. We know that. And his cheeks look like they had some work done as well. But you could still see in the smile, the lip still goes down in a certain spot. The teeth line is very similar. And if you look at some of the photos are kind of fuzzy, you could still see a very similar chin, smile, tooth line. Okay. Now, this was amazing is that his leg scars. Elvis had leg scars from when he was a little child. Now, I think Jim had revealed this to me before. The story was that his mother was hanging laundry up, and in order for it to dry, she put a cauldron of hot water underneath the laundry. And she kind of warned Elvis, he was about 3 or 4, not to play around that too much. And I guess he either misheard her or mistook her, or I don't know, maybe he was adventurous. I don't know. Anyway, he ended up with scars on his legs, on his shins, and he's got one on his right and one on his left. So if you look at the bottom pictures here, the black and white ones, those are done at his army initiation. He's got on his right and his left thigh, shin, he's got scars. I circled the scars from the Hawaiian, his, what do you call it? Hawaiian movies there. I can't remember. My brain's going blank on me. But anyway, he's got on the surfboard, you can see the scar on that leg. You can see the scars on his other legs. And there's one here above. He's sitting on the beach. He's got a scar there. I kind of circled them. Now, the one on the left top is the Jesse Elvis picture, kind of enhanced so you could see the scars a little better with the circles around them. So you can see the scars. He's got the same leg scars as Elvis. He would not plant his own scars on there. I mean, once you're scarred like that, you're scarred for pretty much for life. And that's very telling to me. That would be proof right there for me. All right. So these other things are face markings. I kind of showed like along atop the head, the nose. You could see the line where his sunglasses would be, or where he crunched up his face when he's saying. Smile lines on the cheeks. All right. And obviously the eye lines. He also had very similar collarbones. Now, Jesse Elvis has a collarbone on his left arm. I circled it there. And if you look at the collarbones of pictures of Elvis, his collarbone is exactly the same direction. I think they said that he had broken his collarbone and it healed a certain way. Maybe a lot of karate, you don't know when he broke it, but anyway, the collarbone is very similar. All right. And the other thing she said was his hands are very similar. Now I tried to give a lot of photos of different directions of his thumbs and his hands, just so you guys can like kind of look at them and say, Now the only thing wrong with one of the hands that's holding Benjamin is that obviously the what do you call it? The handlebars to the machine kind of covering two of his fingers, but his thumb in very similar way holds the little boy. The thumb is very similar. The baby fingers are similar. And of course, the hand, outstretched hand, is very similar. Now, remember, he has arthritis, so he does have some hand swelling now. So maybe, we could say, the hand does look a little different. But like I said, it could be swollen. Or the quality of the picture is kind of lousy too. It's kind of grainy, and it was taken at a distance. So obviously, that's probably why it's so grainy. But with the enhancers, it really clears up the fuzzy a little bit, and it helps see a little better. Okay, so the letter that came with the picture, like I showed you guys from Linda's site in the yellow pages there that were handwritten by Jesse Elvis himself. And I'm just going to read what they reveal. This picture is the only picture, first of all, that he felt comfortable sharing with her and anyone else. It shows him without his disguises after all of the plastic surgery to alter his looks. He also reveals that the boys say his blue eyes and his voice give him away. So if he were to talk, and of course, if the picture wasn't so grainy, you would see his blue eyes better. But that's what he says. And then also, the letter says, this photo shows me for the first time with my grandson, Benjamin Storm, at my hideout in ... That's to keep him safe, his identity safe. Now, I took from Google Benjamin Storm Presley Kioff. I can't say his last name, sorry. Or Kioff, I always say, from Google. His birth date was October 21st, 1992. He says, as you can tell, I am ecstatic with his visit. Finally, a boy in the family. He was born October 21st and is the love of my life 2 years ago. So almost 2 years. Like I said, the picture was taken in 1994. October 21st, 1992, and he's outside in his swimsuit. So it's not taken in the fall. So Benjamin Storm's not quite 2 in the picture, but he's close. Probably like a year and a half, maybe year and 3/4. Okay. So we're going to identify the child. We're going to look at some pictures. All right. So these are pictures of Benjamin Storm that I could find, or Benjamin, throughout his life. You can see a similarities in the face, the chin line, the lip line, the nose, especially the picture down at the bottom in the middle there. He's about 9-10 years old in that picture. You could see the angle in which the face, you could see chin line, ears the same, forehead's the same, nose is the same, eyes the same angle. And then, of course, I did write some basic information down that Benjamin, basically killed himself on July 12th, 2020 in Casablanca, California. Mother, father's name, and all of his, basically his place of burial, all that kind of thing. That was his obituary. What I also wanted to say was that what's telling is that the letter tells you the date of his birth and the age of the child at the time, and the look of that child exactly like like Benjamin when he was little. I mean, people can't say it's undeniable. All right. And the another thing is that I don't know if Linda still has it, but if you were to look up July 2020 on her website, and you would look up the date, she would tell you, some of the things that Jesse Elvis felt. He actually called her. He was devastated by Benjamin's death. Devastated. And he was devastated with Lisa's as well, but he really took Benjamin's hard. And I think it's because they were so close together, even though they weren't together a lot. But when they were together, they were close. So he took his grandson's death really hard. All right. So I said Elvis lives as Jesse. The proof is there. Okay. So I mean, to me, it's undeniable evidence. But anyway, so I'm going to just pick up where I left off in the book, and then I'm going to open the floor for some chats in like maybe 5 minutes or so. So anyway, so it says that Elvis had lots of plastic surgeries to change his appearance, and the doctor says the combination of normal aging and plastic surgery had drastically changed his appearance. Dr. Hinton says that he is sad that for Elvis because he had to endure all of that stuff to find peace. I imagine many others feel as Dr. Hinton does. I know I do. I believe I believe when you see the picture, you will not see the resemblance to Elvis at all. So absolutely no one would know if it was Elvis unless they heard him speak. I still have a difficult time wrapping my brain around this knowledge. It doesn't seem logical that Elvis would change his appearance and then want to share it with us before his death. This is why I am sure he did not want the book published until after his death. It wouldn't surprise me if he had more surgery after Dr. Hinton published the book, so that now he wouldn't look like he does in the picture. But what would I know about what he would or wouldn't do? All right. So as the months passed during the first year, Dr. Hinton said trust and communication increased at a tremendous rate. Elvis wanted to begin work on his story, and he wrote another letter dated September 18th, 1998. He said, I want you, sir, to write me with any questions you might have so we can get to writing this book. He goes on to say one fact that most people think is that my daddy must have known. Well, he didn't. And we were planning on telling him when but he passed away 6 months too early and never found out. Now, Pepper says I was sure that his daddy knew. I bet Vernon got quite a surprise when Elvis was not with Gladys to meet him. I doubt they would have panicked. However, for at least a split second, I imagine they held their breath. All right, anyway. So that is what she's saying that is what he said. And what I'm going to do is stop there, and I'm going to open the floor for some chatting and some discussion. And then we'll pick up with another portion of the chapter next week. Like I said, she's summarizing a whole book. So I was thinking I will summarize the book as much as I can and make these like kind of like a review of the Truth book. Now, if you guys want to hear the whole book in its entirety, you can watch the Truth book videos that I have on the live stream tab here on YouTube. I don't have them on Facebook. But I will, if you want, I can start posting them on Facebook as regular videos, but it takes a long time. They go through, it takes a long time to process videos, upload them onto Facebook. So your best bet is to come here on YouTube at the address The Man Is Alive, The Man Is Alive on YouTube, and you can find those in the live stream tab here. In the meantime, I'm still covering them on these, so you'll be able to at least see the book here. All right, so now I'm going to start looking at comments and chatting with you guys, and let's see, where am I at? Hi, Rita, how are you? No, I can't remember the name of the condition that he had, Rhonda. I just can't find the paperwork I had. I had a whole bunch of notes that I had written down. But it was some type of colon condition. I'm not quite sure if it was um he had to have some type of some of his colon or intestines removed. So I'm not quite sure exactly what it was called. It could have been very similar to what Lisa Marie was suffering with. But hers, I think, was caused um by gastric surgery, I think. Anyway. So I'm just gonna let you know, Sandy, Bob Joyce is not Elvis Presley. Elvis Presley is like 90 years old and very ill. He's dealing with strokes and things like that. So no. That is actually false information. The only DNA that was taken was with Jesse Elvis, and that was proven. All right. Anyway. Hi, Julianne. How are you? Exactly. Hi, Julie. How are you tonight? I'm doing okay. I still have that little tickle in my throat. I think it's mostly like a allergy or something now. So it's all okay. Hey, Joy, have you heard anything from Linda about? Actually, no, Linda hasn't really been posting much lately. I think her go-between is very sick, and she's been sharing some videos and reels and stuff from TikTok, but or other places, but no, she hasn't posted anything. She hasn't heard anything from Jesse Elvis, but I know that Jim has, I guess, had a contact that's in contact with him, and he said he's okay. He's just dealing with his speech problems from his stroke that he had earlier in the spring. You can't hear me or see me? Well, that stinks. Sorry about that, guys. Hi, Vinny. Exactly. Bob Joyce is not Elvis. I have plenty of videos about that if you guys don't have a chance. You have a chance, check them out, and reels about and shorts about Bob Joyce not being Elvis. And he actually said he was not Elvis. And he also told Linda Hood Sigmund in a letter that he was not Elvis. Oh yeah, Blue Hawaii. That's the name of the yes. Those pictures were taken from Blue Hawaii. I think he had another one too that was in Hawaii. There was two of them. No problem. You can always see the recording after if you missed any of it, Nan. Hi Carol, how are you? Last update on him was a mild stroke and not doing well. I'm assuming he haven't heard anything and probably no, he's not gone yet, Colleen, but he As far as I know, he's doing okay. He's just dealing with speech problems from his stroke. And I heard he got the stroke early enough. That's what I heard. That he, they've got him under therapy or whatever for his speech. So hopefully he gets it back. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Diane. Is this a replay? Nope, we are live as live can be at the moment. Tunnock's tea cakes in Scotland are tastier cakes. Wow, really? Cool. That's good to know. His eyes are actually black. I thought his eyes were brown. But anyway, have you heard? Have you been to Graceland at Christmas time? No, I have not been to Graceland at Christmas time, but I've watched it online. I think they do like the tree light, the lighting ceremony and stuff. And I've seen the Christmas special. I think a couple years ago they had it. God bless him. Yes, God bless him and everybody that's in contact with him that has been sick. Let's pray for them all, including Linda. Hi, Linda. First time on chat. Well, nice. Good to see ya. Hi, Lisa. I'm doing okay. How are you? All right. My Facebook fans, if you guys are interested, you can always send me some stars and likes and all that kind of stuff. That'd be nice. Anyway, Paradise, Hawaii. Oh, okay, 1965. So I think the photographs I have of him and his leg scars here could be from either one of those. I think it's Blue Hawaii, but I'm not sure. I'm going to actually just add that and show that to you guys if I can. So yeah, I'm not sure if these were Blue Hawaii or the other one, but anyway, those leg scars are the thing that to me helped, it helped me distinguish. Okay. And the smile. I think the smile helped me out a lot too. You finally got your book, Elvis's own words. Wow, cool. Wow. Happy Merry Christmas. Yeah. If you guys get a chance to actually get the book and you can get it really reasonable, I mean, I've seen them go like $104 lately. So if you can get it, get it. I mean, it's a good keepsake. It's not very long. I wish it was longer, but maybe it'll add a little bit more to it when he passes on the DVD or whatever. Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Happy Lady Annabeth. It doesn't take long to read it either. It only takes like a day if you It only has like 88 pages on it or something. I don't know. I lost my pages here. So 88 pages. Yes. See? There's some missing, but I have them. I have them somewhere, but I just don't know where they are right now. I rearranged my bedroom and my desk and everything last spring, and some things got lost in the shuffle, and I haven't been able to find them. Yep. All those pictures on his legs are all the same. Exactly. And the one with Jesse Elvis actually has, um, the leg scars. I think Linda, let me see if I can, I'm gonna pull up her site again, and she has some other leg scar pictures that, um, give me one second. Well, maybe not. I can't find it, so I'll have to wait. Anyway, is Linda opening her site in December so we can write Jesse? Just like last year? As far as I know, she is, but I'm not sure on that. I'll have to send her a message, maybe. They're all the same shape, too. Yeah. And the scars are in the perfect spots. Exactly. That exact spots on his shins. Have I heard from Jim? He was on with me Sunday night, and tonight he's not on with me, so excuse me. Last time I knew he's probably doing okay. I mean, he every day by day, it depends. He's got a bad heart, so keep him in your prayers. Joy, it's a lot to ask, but is there any way you can find out if we can send Jesse Christmas wishes? I also meant to say God bless everyone. Yes, as soon as she opens up the message board, I will be putting links out. I'll put them on Facebook and on YouTube for you guys to write your messages to Jessie if she does it this year. It would be I think she opened last year, she opened it on December 1st. I could be wrong, but hoping she does. But I know it's a lot of work for her lately, and she's been suffering with her issues and aging. And then really the go-between is sick, very sick as well. So she hasn't been posting much on her site. I mean, if you guys haven't been on there in a while, she hasn't posted much on her site the last couple weeks. So yeah, I'm not quite sure. I'm hoping she does, but I'm not quite sure. I might send her a message on X. I do have her way of contacting her, but I don't know if she'll message me back. But I will check with her on X and see if she plans to or not. Yes. And like I did last year, when the minute she put the link out, I shared it on Facebook and here on YouTube in the message section, post section and stuff. Oh, you're very welcome. I try my best. I mean, I haven't been completely like doing a whole lot, but when I do it, I, you know, I try to come on every week at least. Me too. I like I said, I heard he was okay. Um, he's just dealing with speech impediment. I'm not quite sure exactly how much speech he lost and all that kind of thing. How is my mom? My mother's doing great. Healthy, you know. She settled in well. So, my mother's doing very well. Thank you very much. I'm glad. I'm glad you think I'm doing a great job. I try. I try to stick completely with Linda's stuff. I do the best I can. I do like the StreamYard program because I can do a lot with it. I can like share websites, I can share pictures, I can share videos, I can all kinds of things, which I really like. Thank you. Thank you, Rhonda. All right, so I'm going to finish with, of course, I always finish with a song at the end, and I'm going to finish with let me see, where is it? Be Consider Baby, the first verse. I really like it because it's like, I hate to see you go, but like, and you guys have a great night, and God bless you all, and follow, share, like, whatever you want to do with this program. Thank you very much. Oh, also, yes, and everybody who's in the United States, have a happy Thanksgiving on Thursday. May it be blessed, filled with lots of thankfulness. And I'm thankful for all of you guys and all that you guys come on every week and support me and enjoy my programs. I'm very thankful for you all. Thank you. God bless you all. You too. Happy Thanksgiving. Okay, so here we go. Well, I guess it didn't work. I don't know what's wrong with some of these things today.
Well, so long. Oh, how I hate to see you go. Well, so long, baby. Oh, how I hate to see you go. Well, the way that I would miss you, child, I guess you'll never know. You said you once said love me, but now I guess you've changed your mind. You said you once said love me, yeah, but now I guess you've changed your mind. I'm gonna let you go ahead on home now, baby. Pray that you come back home sometime.